How you doing, everybody? I have another knife review for you today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Lone Wolf Diablo. I've had this knife for quite a bit. Kind of stockpiled several knives, and I have just now started making more videos at once so I can upload them. So I've had this for a while. I carried it as an EDC for just a little under 2 weeks, and I'll explain my later in the video. But first of all, let's go over some specifications of the knife. The blade length is 3.3 inches long. Overall length is 7.6 inches. Weight is 4 ounces. Blade steel is a CPM S30V. The handle material here is an FRN, and it is a liner lock. Alright. When you're looking at these with the Lone Wolf Diablos, you have the option of this FRN handle material here, or a micarta. Personal preference, I would go micarta, simply because I like the look and the texture of the handle better. FRN, excuse me, is okay on Spyderco's, Delica, and Dura. They do a good job. Where this is kind of just I don't know, a shell. It's not, the actual entire handle slabs on the Endura and Delica are full FRN. This is just kind of like a shell. So it does sound kind of cheap and feel kind of cheap, even though I paid $80 for this. Isn't too expensive for S30V, but for FRN, kind of is. As you can see, you have two torque screws here, and you have two on the other side, one's being covered up by the pocket clip. You take those off, you can get inside and adjust the pivot, and clean it out if you want to. On the back here, the pocket clip is only oriented for a tip down right hand carry. There are no other points to attach to the clip, so you're stuck with that. That is a negative. I like tip up myself, but I dealt with it. The pocket clip retention is nice, although I don't like how close it is to the handle here. So it's kind of gripping your pants a little bit too tightly. So sometimes it was a little bit difficult for me to get it out of my pants. Let's see, and that's stainless steel pocket clip. Alright, the back spacer here again is an FRN, and it kind of has a little diamond design along the back. But it is an FRN back spacer. Open it up. Very, very nice looking S30V blade. Satin finish on there. You can see the Lone Wolf Knives logo right there. It says Diablo, and below that CPM S30V and USA. This knife was extremely sharp, and it is still extremely sharp when it came from the factory. I haven't had to sharpen it up at all, even though I've EDC'd it. It does have nice jimping on the back of the spine here. It's not so much aggressive, but it has some sharp edges just on the cutouts here, and so that's what catches your finger. They could have made it a little bit better, a little bit grippier, and that would have been nice. The thumb stud here has a stair-step design. I don't know if I can kind of see it. It has a stair-step design, so when you're opening it up, it does catch your thumb and grip onto it. I haven't taken the scales off here to get to the pivot screw, but you could. It is a little bit difficult at times to get out. A little bit too much friction, I guess, placed on the pivot. So it kind of steps its way out instead of being nice and smooth. If you practice with it, you can flick it out nice and fast. But you could definitely improve it by adjusting that pivot, probably putting a little bit of Benchmade's Blue Lube on there and lubricating it. You definitely make it a little bit smoother. Liner lock here, absolutely, it's probably my favorite feature of the knife, is how that tab here on the liner sticks out and allows you to get a good purchase on it and push it over to close the knife. One of my biggest pet peeves with a lot of liner locks is that you actually have to go inside the knife a little bit, or get a thumbnail on there. This you can use the meat of your thumb, and as you can see, a different angle, it's nicely exposed. It allows you to push it over and go in nice and easy. Alright. It doesn't affect you when you're holding it. It actually kind of gives you, instead of a choil, kind of gives you some grip for your finger when it's pressing in rearward motion. So actually it adds a little bit of grip. So it's not going to be depressed and close on you if that's a worry. Also, great lockup. No up and down, no side-to-side play whatsoever. As I said, I carried this just under 2 weeks. I usually carry my knives for 2 weeks in EDC before I actually do a video. And I was getting a little worried about this tip. It's a very fine tip. It comes to a very small point. And I was worried about it breaking off with some of the EDC tasks I was putting it through. So I stopped. I didn't want to mess up the knife. So that would definitely be something I would consider if you're looking at getting this for an EDC roll. Just be aware of that tip. A lot of people have mentioned on the Kershaw leak how the tip is similar and that they've had breakage. I've never had that problem with my leak, and I've put it through some hard times. So with this being S30V, a little bit more brittle than what the leak has, unless you get the S30V version. Just be aware, and be careful not to snap that tip off. So, but the time that I did EDC it, I really enjoyed it, and it was a very nice knife. Alright, so that is a look at the Lone Wolf Diablo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.